So I just had a really crazy, I just felt better for a second because I was detaching myself from the results.
Amazing.
Yeah, like I just felt like excited to talk about how thinking less and wanting less can make you feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if we always want more, I feel like I always have a void and I'm never satisfied.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's a lot of it has to do with TikTok and social media, and hearing you say you've been doing it less is kind of like almost in a weird way inspiring to me, just because I'm like trying to do more. And how does that relate to learning to lose, would you say?
It's not doing less, it's thinking less. It's the awareness, it's the separation from self, because self is a paradigm that only knows the past, so you can only relive the past, just like he just said. And we need to be free of that to really enjoy the moment in the day and live life in a different way.
So example / translation, I have a story about working out. That story comes from my past and this pain, and now I wake up, I'm like, I don't want to work out. I don't want to eat healthy, but I don't know. The only way I can have a new experience with that is if I just ask God to try to.
Kind of like when we got sober. We had to do that to get sober.
Yeah, but I did 10 push-ups. I did 20 push-ups today. I don't like that feeling. Sorry. I'm not like fucking DDA.
I have stories like that too, though.
About what?
Me, I have a story that like you always have to be right and you always have to take care of shit.
Right.
Like, you're in your life, like you're the male, and like you have to take care of shit, which then like turns into like this selfish thing of like always wanting to be right and like not even being able to see when I'm wrong.
And your time's more important because you're taking care of shit.
I'm taking care of shit. I'm important, Billy.
I know you are.
All the theory, all the like, I don't want to talk broad strokes anymore, right? I want to talk like, how can I use this in my life today? And how I can do it is I wake up and I go to work out and I'm like, I don't listen to the story in my mind. Like I just do it and I try to not think about it.
The way you do it is rightly relate yourself to God, because that separates you. Yeah. And you're just saying, this is what I'm thinking. Somehow, when you're telling that to God, somehow it gives you like this.
That you have to separate it and connect with God on it. And then I was just gonna.
But hold on though. But what does that do? So by doing that, it's almost like it doesn't matter if there's a God or not. It's that in doing that, we're creating like this space that gives us the chance to have a new experience. So that's the specific trick in how you can do things you don't want to do. Because for a lot of people watching, they're not sober. They need to get sober. And that's but now that I'm sober, I have a whole nother set of things that are hard for me to do. You know? What were you going to say?
I just think for my thing on that, there's like this thing that Osho said. It's like you could dress up like a monk, but if your heart's not with God, it doesn't matter what you dress up as. So it's like when I look at that with the working out thing, if you just do it, but you still don't like it, you're always gonna not like it.
Yeah.
You have to change your pattern of thinking of like, why don't you like it? You gotta actually start liking it before you even work out.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do that, and that's why we're having this conversation, is how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we're doing stuff that we're just miserable doing it. We're not creating that new brain connection, and we're living in the past still. Oh, I don't like this because I never liked this.
No.
I don't like it.
This is how. Well, I know. I want to change it.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. I love what you're saying.
I'm talking to me too.
Yeah, no. So you have to do it and constantly be like connecting while you're doing it. Like when I'm with Sarah, like I'm like practicing having a new experience in each moment. And when my mind starts to go to that place of like, oh, I don't like this, I think, oh, but I'm like getting in shape and I do like this. And like, it's just constantly, there's no big fucking secret to any of this shit.
God, I'm having these thoughts and that does it somehow.
What?
I'm having these thoughts. I hate this shit and all that. and then somehow you get the right.
And the reason I'm talking about working out, this is just the example I'm giving. This is applicable to anything in your life. No matter what your struggle, everyone has their own struggles. So it's a constant battle of like getting in the moment, I'm in the moment. Because as soon as you're in that fear place, you're like in the future. You're like, well, I don't want to do this next set that's about to happen hold on. I don't want to do this next set that's about to happen in 30 seconds. Well, that's not happening right now.
Right.
So stop being in the future, even if it's 30 seconds in the future, because you're like dreading this pain that's coming. It's like hard, dude, but like that's what it comes down to.
Something I do too is I do the deep, slow breathing. Somehow that really helps me to get in this space. Like,
You think this is a minute yet?
Yeah. I mean, I could do a whole podcast on this subject.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is did you ever wonder what this is gonna happen with this?
No.
Yeah, this will be a YouTube video.
Do you ever think we think too much?
hell yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about is thinking less, but hold on.
I came up with an idea. I call it the art of not thinking.
Yeah.
And I was on speed. But I started to realize when you get in the zone, you're not thinking. Like when you're shooting baskets and you're hitting every time, you're in the zone. There's no real thoughts.
Yeah, it's a flow state.
Flow state.
I want to learn how to get in the flow state of my just living from my heart all the time, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So just because like when I start thinking, that's when it all starts going downhill for me.
Yeah.
I start over analyzing things and like carrying things and then like putting expectation. I'm gonna not like something before I even do it.
Yeah.
And it gets all wild instead of being like, oh, I just want to live from here and do it.
okay. That's the same shit we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's all the same shit. But wait, hold on. Look, what's the solution to that problem? We just talked about it.
Being present.
Being present.
Yes, and re-remembering. Oh, like catching yourself. Oh, I'm doing that. Let me get present. And like, it's like hard to explain what that means, and that's going to God. That's prayer,
Well, you have
right? But that's prayer,
Yeah,
Billy,
it is
right?
prayer, yeah.
That's prayer, and that's why the success in prayer is the only true success that there is, and it's the only way to change your character.
Yeah.
Prayer doesn't necessarily have to just be, rosary beads and fucking bed stand and bed fucking on your knees to God. It's just getting in the moment and clearing your mind and asking something else to help you have a new experience with whatever it is you're frustrated with. Thanks for watching. We've gone too far. This was just a random rant here.